everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melanie and my channel is Melanie Loves Mexico. This week I'm happy to say I am back in Mexico. It is November of 2024 and I'm staying at the Royalton Chic Cancun, which is a 5-star adults only property located right in the hotel zone of Cancun. I'm here for 1 week with my husband Dave and our friends Gary and Karen. This is our last full day here, so I did ask them for a little bit of feedback before I did this tour, so I will obviously share that as we go. I'm just standing outside the hotel right now. I'm trying to get a little quiet spot to talk to you before I head in. I will do my best. This is a high-rise property, so I am going to have to schlep it up a few stairs, I think, as not to run into a zillion people on elevators. But let's see how this goes. I'm hoping I can get you as much information and as much kind of footage of the property, and I hope you all find it helpful. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we will start. So this, as I said, is just the outside of the hotel. It is, as I said, a high-rise property. There are, I believe, I should know this because I've been in the elevator a bunch of times, I think there's 15 floors of rooms, and then there's a rooftop pool area. That is kind of the area I'm hoping we can get up to today. This is actually out here, an external elevator to that rooftop. They do sell day passes to the rooftop for non-guests. So that is how people would access that if they're not a guest. Sorry about that. So they don't actually all come into the hotel, which is nice. So we will walk in and we'll see how many people give me weird and strange looks to see why I'm just talking to my phone. Although a lot of people just walk around talking to their phones, so maybe I look more normal than I think. So obviously here we're walking into the main lobby area. It's very bright and open. It's not open, I mean there's windows, but you know what I mean. It's very bright, you can see a lot. So this over here is the main check-in area. So this hotel offers kind of two categories. So this is the main check-in area for everyone that doesn't have Diamond Club, and then there is a separate Diamond Club check-in. So in this area here, this is the Diamond Club check-in, and there's also in behind, I think there's people in there, so I'm not going to go way in. You can see in behind where the TV and there's some tables and chairs. That's the Diamond Club lounge. The one, and this is, it's not a complaint, it's just a comment that we all had, was that the Diamond Club lounge really should be a lot bigger. It's very, very small. There's 3 tables in there. If you honestly get more than 4 people in there, it's way too crowded. And I think the reason at this resort it is very busy is, in the evenings especially, it is the only place in the evenings that if you have Diamond Club that you can get upgraded alcohol. So a lot of people do go in there to get their drinks, and there's also snacks in there, but I think it's mostly drink driven. I think the way they could fix that is, here we're at the lobby bar. Obviously it's not set up right now. They have a display here. Let's see, I should view again. They have a display here of all of the, not all, but a lot of the top shelf alcohol, but you can't have it from here. So even if you're Diamond Club, you would have to pay for that here. I feel like if they opened that up a bit more, you wouldn't have the lounge being quite as overcrowded. I still think they should knock some walls out and make the lounge bigger though. So this is an area they call the Sunset Terrace. They do shows out here. Last night they had it set up for a Mexican night, so there was vendors. At the beginning of our week, they did not use this area at all, and I really was like, wow, that's really quite a waste. They have started using it more, which is good. I feel like they maybe use it more when the hotel is really busy, because at the beginning of our week, the capacity really wasn't that high, I don't think. Since we've been here, it's gotten much busier, so that could be probably why. But I mean, it's such a great area that they've built here. So down in this corner is the first of the a la carte restaurants. This is Vespa. It's the Italian. A lot of the seating out here is outside. We did sit outside for our meal here. Unfortunately, it was a very windy night. So I definitely did enjoy the food a lot, but it would have been nicer if we were able to sit inside. The inside is incredibly small at this one. Like, it is tiny. I think because of the reflection, you might not be able to see that, but so one of the perks with Diamond Club is that you can communicate with your butler through WhatsApp or in person, and you can make dinner reservations. That was really important to me for this particular property. If you've watched any of my other videos, I've kind of said that my husband and I don't really upgrade very often, and that is very true. For this resort, I really did want to upgrade for two reasons. I'll cover the other one when we get down there, but the one big one was the dinner reservations. Originally, when we were planning this trip, it was a possibility we're gonna have 8 people. Oh, they do set this up as a bar out here when they have events. And there's some seating here too. There was originally going to be 8 of us, or a possibility of 8 of us, and I just worried trying to get reservations, seeing how small the restaurants would be really challenging. So that was kind of a big part, and it has been super easy. He's been very responsive, and we've gotten all the restaurants we wanted at the time we wanted. So here's a few little shops that they have, kind of, you know, typical resort kind of shops. This is a excursion office. I didn't find the price in the shops to be that bad, to be honest. For like toiletries and things, yes, but for like gifts, they actually had some pretty good prices. So this is the coffee shop. It opens at 7 every morning, and it's open till 10. It's great in there. And this is the front of Vespa that we were just at. Well, actually, I think this is the back of Vespa. So there it is again. And a really cool feature here, they have a little takeout pizza window. We haven't tried that. I really meant to. The week gets away from you. Oh, here's our friends. Coming back from their beach walk. So I think I said at the beginning that this was their first time ever in Mexico. They've been to Cuba before. I think he's been to Dominican before. They were a little bit wary of coming to Mexico. They just thought about safety, and they know we come here all the time, so they asked if they could join us on a trip, and they have absolutely loved it. They said that they would come back here to this resort specifically, or to, I think, Mexico even, just in general, and that's great. That makes me really happy. So we're coming down here to the main pool area. So this big pool here is the main pool area, and then over here we've got, this is a jetted pool. It's not hotter than the regular pools, it's just sort of a jetted pool, and then a very shallow, sort of like, you would almost think like a kids club pool. That's how shallow it is, but there's no kids here, so maybe a tanning pool, I guess, is more accurate. And you can see the beautiful beach and how close the beach is. That is the one thing I find about staying in the hotel zone, because I've had to build on such a small parcel of property. You're always so close to the ocean. It's where you get your towels. This is the Diamond Club There's washrooms right here. Another great thing about this resort is there are a lot of public washrooms, like really close by. They've done a really good job with that. You don't have to search. Sometimes you're in the pool and you're on the beach and you have to walk a long way to get to the washroom, and it just kind of gets annoying. So that's been really nice. So this is the Diamond Club pool. So as Diamond Club, this is the other place that you can get top shelf liquor, but it is only open, I believe it's open till 6. So here and the lounge are the only place you can get the top shelf liquor as a Diamond Club guest. This pool has been, honestly, and this beach area has been our absolute favorite spot. We've been here, other than the day we left the resort, for the entire day, we've been here all day, every day. The servers are great. The bartenders are great. You get a good amount of sun, you get a good amount of shade. So yeah, we've really, really enjoyed this particular area. So this was kind of my other real reason for wanting the Diamond Club. This main pool, at the start of the week, as I said, the occupancy wasn't very high. So the start of the week, it was pretty quiet, pretty tame. By the end of the week, it's the weekend now, it has been just packed. Lots of activities, lots of noise, lots of, everything. And that's amazing, and some people absolutely love that, and I love it for short spells. I just get kind of anxious and overwhelmed when I'm in a kind of a smaller pool. And this pool it is a lot bigger in person than it looks online, I will say that. But it's still not very big for the size of the resort. And if you get a lot of people in there, I just knew for me, I would feel a little bit anxious and overwhelmed by it. So this pool has been great. I honestly thought our friends would want to be more in the action and more in that pool, and they haven't gone over there at all. They've loved this one. There's still lots of people over here. It's still social, it's still fun. Not like loud music or anything, but you can definitely, they're so close together, as you can see. You'll definitely still hear all the music and activity from the other pool. And the beach here is absolutely stunning. We have just loved it. It's been, the first few days it was quite rough. It was really, you really couldn't get into the water. The last few days it has been absolutely perfect to get in. I think today will be too. It's a little bit choppier today, this morning, but it's certainly nothing like it was before, like big waves at the start of the week. It's amazing beach to walk too. You can walk quite far in either direction. If you come out and go to your right, if you walk about 15 minutes down the beach to the Wyndham Ultra, there's a really cool Cancun sign out on the beach. A lot of people take pictures at. Over in the corner here, there is another bar. It's like kind of a drink bar and snack bar, and there's a grill there too. So we are heading back into the lobby. So they have 5 elevators. The elevators can be a bit of an issue. I mean, overall, I think we only had one day where we really had to wait. There are stairs that go up to where kind of the restaurants and stuff are. So we'll probably do those. Going down here, this is where the spa is. I'm not gonna do that one. These stairs are very wide. I'm not a very tall person, so they are a bit of a challenge for me. Tall people are fine. So this is what they say is level M. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you on here. So this, in front of every elevator, they have kind of a map of what level everything's on. So this has their conference area and their gym. I'm not gonna go down to the gym. I don't like filming people. I think it's kind of intrusive if you're working out. And I'm imagining this time of morning, it's a bit busier. It's a nice gym though. And they have classes and okay, so this is level 1. Down there is the buffet, and over here is the Mexican. As Diamond Club, if you have Diamond Club, you can have breakfast in the Mexican restaurant, which they don't really advertise. So it's kind of just a little secret, I guess. We had dinner there last night as well, and it was absolutely so good. And I think often I don't always love Mexican restaurants at Mexican resorts, which is, I know sounds counterintuitive, but don't miss that one. It's really good. The service was incredible too. Okay, now we're up on level 3. Okay, sorry, I'm a little winded here. This is another area where they do shows sometimes at night. This is where they were doing them at the start of the week, because again, I think the hotel wasn't as full. And the views from this hotel are absolutely spectacular. Like both sides, you have water view. They've done a really, really nice job. So this is the Asian restaurant, Chopstick. We liked that one a lot too. Loved the appetizers. This is Cloud 9. Cloud 9, I think, is a pay restaurant, so we won't be trying that one. This area gets very, very busy after about 10. It kind of becomes their disco kind of, nightclub kind of. I would love to tell you I've been up here, you know, I haven't. That's not true, I haven't up here, but not to go to the disco area. This is the sports bar. Unfortunately, because it's like 7 a.m., there's nothing I can't really get in places, but it's actually quite nice. They have pool tables, they have quite a few TVs, they were showing live sports obviously. They have a pretty decent menu in there of like bar snacks, so that's kind of cool. And then this is Hunter Steakhouse. We might see if we can get back in here tonight for our last night. This was the first one we did, and it was good. The service was a little bit slow. They were just really, really busy that night. But we might give this one another try. We haven't really decided yet. It's really pretty in there though. All of the restaurants, they've done a really nice job. And as you can see, there again is the sunset terrace that we looked at earlier. Beautiful view of the lagoon. And obviously right now this area doesn't really get going. I think it opens around, I think the sports bar opens at 4. So it's hard to really tell what it's like when there's a lot going on, but hopefully it's giving you a... So I'm gonna try to get up to the rooftop. Oh, another thing, the 2 banks of elevators, they operate separately from each other. So make sure you press both buttons is where I was going with that. The other thing is obviously always check what level you're going to before you get on the elevator, because they do not have, like the little map things are not in the elevators, which would definitely be handy, because there's been a few times when we first got here that we were like, get on the elevator and be like, where are we going? Now the good thing is you just saw there's stairs that go kind of between all these levels. So if I do get on an elevator, hopefully, I mean I will, but within the time that I feel like me yammering is, I'm just gonna put my phone down if there's people in here. Ooh, morning.
Good morning.
Sorry about that, guys. There was someone in here and I didn't want to be talking or filming, so unfortunately it wasn't too long of a ride for everyone. So yeah, the elevators can get really busy at peak times. So like right around 7 when everyone's trying to go down for dinner. So I would always recommend, if you're in a hurry, maybe give yourself an extra 10 minutes. So this is it's so bright up here, the Rooftop. And so like I said, downstairs, they do sell this to non-guests to come spend a day up here. So you can definitely do that. If you're just in Cancun and you want to come to a party up here. We only came up here to one of the parties. It was on a Tuesday, so it wasn't like really hopping up here. It was actually quite, I think there was maybe, I'm going to say maybe 30 people. So it wasn't, you know, the best time. They also have cabanas up here that you can rent. I don't know how much these are. I'm sorry, it's not something that I've really wanted to do here, so it's not something I've looked into. Honestly, I can see if you're like young and want to party during the day. They do have some nighttime parties too, but you really want to party, this would be a super fun place to spend a day. It's also where you're going to get the most sun, because there's no buildings blocking you up here. So late day, especially down on the beach, you kind of lose the sun. Up here it is still crazy sunny. The bar up here opens obviously when they're open. If you have Diamond Club, you can get beer and like basic mixed drinks. If you don't have Diamond Club, you can definitely come up here and enjoy the party. However, you cannot get free drinks. You do have to pay for everything. I think that's a little weird too, to be honest, but what you gonna do? Good morning. Over here and show you the view again. It really honestly up here feels like you're on a cruise ship. That's what the view kind of in the glass and everything kind of reminds me of. Not a big cruiser, I've only been on one, but that's what it reminds me of. So I'm just gonna go maybe over into the corner over here and we'll just kind of do some final thoughts. Oh, sorry, one last thing. This is, and I actually don't even know the name of this restaurant. This is the seafood restaurant. We haven't tried this. I don't think we're going to. We're kind of just obviously running out of nights, and I think we'd rather redo one of the ones we've already done. I think also this is only for Diamond Club. Here I am again. So yeah, that's it. That is the Royalton Chic Cancun. Again, we have honestly really love this hotel. My husband said last night, right before he was falling asleep, that he couldn't think of one negative thing to say about this resort. And for him, that is very, very high praise. He's happy anywhere, but he usually has some things that he doesn't particularly like. Never enough that I can't think of a resort he's ever said, oh, I would never come here again. But he's usually not that, like nothing is wrong. So that's incredible. As I said, the only things for me would be, I think the upgrade is worth it if you're looking for a little bit more of a quiet, still fun vacation, with better drinks and kind of upgraded service. But again, it depends on the price. We did not pay very much for our upgrade. I think at the end we paid, about $150 a person, which is really, really cheap for that kind of upgrade and was well worth it. I think if it was more than, depending again what the base price is, you have to stay in your budget. But I think if it's, under $500 a person, for me, it's probably worth it here, especially if it's a busy time. If it's kind of low season, you might be okay without it because you're not going to have the crowds and trying to get into the restaurants and that kind of thing. And also, I just think that the Diamond Club Lounge is a really nice feature. I just, again, wish it was bigger. But I think that's pretty much it for me. This has been kind of a long one, but I thank you for coming along. I will do a room tour as well. I think the room might be messy when I do it. I keep meaning to do it, but by the time we get back to the room, it's just late and I just haven't had a chance, but I will do one. So watch for that. I'm not sure which one I'll post first. So I don't have any immediate vacation plans, unfortunately. I am hoping to do something in January. And if I do, I will definitely take you guys along. Thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate all of you watching and subscribing, and it's really been fun for me doing these. I hope they're helpful for people, and it's just fun for me. So hopefully this one is helpful, and if you have any questions at all, please leave me a comment. I'm quite responsive. I do try to answer right away, and if I don't know the answer, I will still respond and kind of try to share any resources I have to find your answer for you. So have a wonderful day, everyone, wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. This view again.